Alright. Oh shit, I'm excited, bro. Hey guys, welcome back to another review. Today I have a very special customer, my friend here.
Oh, hello. I'm Rafi from
Rafi Duran, basically.
Rafi Duran Bass Clef.
Yeah.
There should only be one of me, but like it's really difficult to spell and stuff anyway. So look for me and find my channel. I do talk about fragrances as well on my channel.
I think you're a much more sharpshooter in your reviews because I've watched you taking a dump on a couple of fragrances.
Yeah, look, it's quite obvious I don't get scent bottles by anybody, so I get to speak my mind because I put my money down, I expect something, and when that doesn't deliver to my nose, and I try to be a little bit objective, but of course with fragrances it's hard to do that because it's really just based on what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, and I think today we're going to cover floral fragrances for men. We spent some time in the store this morning going through a bunch of scents in our space, maybe a bit more of the designer mainstream space. I think men are a bit afraid to wear florals because they think it's for girls, right?
Yeah.
But in the niche space, we're very different. Like me and you don't care.
I don't care. Like I've said, scent doesn't have a gender. It's whether you like it or not. It's whether you can pull it off. You know what I mean? Like if you want a scent to wear you, you can probably choose one of those and hide behind it. But there's very often it works much better if you wear the scent and you own the scent, right? Yeah. So with niche, I find that it's usually not. It doesn't have a pour homme or a pour femme or something like that. Yeah. It's usually just here's the scent, wear it if you like it, and they're all marketed as unisex.
Yeah. So although this video is themed floral fragrances for men, women, if you love these scents, you can definitely buy them as well.
First one, 1888.
Was this the first time you tried 1888? Was just this morning?
Yeah, just this morning. I'd not tried it before, but it seemed very interesting to me. And initially, first blast, it's really nice. It is it's got something like a medicinal sort of feel to it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I like. I don't mind it. Like because sometimes when you're a kid and you get sick and you get the nice sort of medicines.
Yeah. Makes you feel good. This initially. Putting it into the floral fragrances video, the initial smell isn't like this sweet floral kind of note.
Not at all.
Definitely that more earthier, medicinal. I think there's cloves in the top note.
Yeah, there's cloves and there's saffron in here as well.
So it gives you that kind of like slight spiciness. Ylang ylang, I think.
Ylang ylangl's in here. What else do we have in here?
And rose.
Yeah, which and neroli too. Which I don't like rose.
Yeah.
Anybody who watches my channel knows I don't like rose.
Yeah.
And neroli is not that exotic to me because where I grew up and everybody, the smell is everywhere. Rose, neroli, oud, it's very common from where I am.
Yeah.
In the Middle East, and in here, the blend in here is not making it super obvious that there's a rose, that there's a neroli in here, but you know that it's a floral. Yeah. But it's just very subdued, I think, and you can't just pick it out because I was smelling it as it's drying down. I'm thinking, wow, this is very nice, and it's got this sort of, I don't want to say bubbler because that's a word I've made up.
What does it mean?
Having the qualities of a bubble.
Okay. Explain it to me. Break that down.
So the scent, I'm going to call it the as you get it from the top notes to the mid, has a bubular quality.
Okay.
As in it's very well rounded. There's no sharp edges to it, and it's also not distinct. As in one note is not more distinct than the other. Like it's all one piece. You know what I mean?
I think the kind of earthier medicinal quality about this allows it to open up to more of a male demographic.
Yeah, for sure.
Because most guys don't want to wear like a really overly sweet rose or floral perfume.
It's not, and I think the pepper in here is helping the masculinity come out.
Yeah.
The pepper in here is really giving it a transparency. You know, it's not in your face pepper. It's like because there's some peppers that sort of when you spray and there's a top note, it actually makes me sneeze. And I've experienced that before because it's like whoa, and there it goes. But the pepper in here is actually just just there to sort of
Yeah.
spread, to aerate things out.
Yeah.
And I really, really like it. I didn't think I'd like it this much, but I actually really, really like it. I actually asked him for a bottle, so I'm gonna actually buy it.
1888, okay, alright. Next one we have is one that you've just picked out. This is by Christian Provenzano, master perfumer behind most of the Boadicea, the Victorious.
The good ones.
Yeah, he's done most of them.
Yeah.
And this is his own name brand, which is kind of low key. Doesn't
Very.
get that much exposure out
Yeah.
there. There's a really, really solid number of fragrances
Yeah.
collection.
I think from what I smelled, he's taken the concept and the philosophy behind the stuff that he does for Boadicea,
Yeah.
which is I don't have an upper limit in a budget kind of thing,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put this in my own personal line.
Yeah. This one's called Fleur d'Acy, which is French.
Fleur d'Asie or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not French either, but I've eaten a croissant before, so,
So you're halfway
yeah.
there.
I had a latte in the morning, so
Yeah.
that qualifies me, I think.
But you did guess the translation correctly because I went onto Google to translate it and
Yeah.
you said this was
Flower of Asia.
Flower of Asia. Yeah.
Flower of Asia. What is the Flower of Asia?
I should know this because
Asia's a big place.
I'm clearly Asian. But I don't think Asia would have one flower. of
Asia's a big
Asia.
place. People get confused because, hell, I was born in Asia.
Yeah.
Technically, the
But
Middle
they-
East is the Middle East of
They
Asia.
think yellow skin, Southeast Asian, but Indian people, Asian.
That's Asian.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
could be gardenia because gardenia is
yeah,
Indian,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but
This has gardenia in it, and I think it has tuberose.
yeah,
I think it
tuberose.
has tuberose in it too.
Oh Jesus, the quality
Yeah.
is so apparent, and I'd hate to say this, like Casamarides and Xerjoff is a really good house,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I absolutely love their presentation and their fragrances as well. But it's just another step above that.
Just the
This-
quality of
just
the
the
juice.
quality,
Yeah, yeah.
just the quality of the juice and the blending. It's just this is a suit on a sunny day like this.
Yeah.
Like it's a suit. It's a suit scent, I think, and,
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear this dressed down like I am today.
Yeah.
Not that you can't. I mean, there's no rules behind it, but that's the sort of vibe that it's giving me.
This is a bit more of your unisex florals, so I think it's starting to pull towards a bit more feminine. There is a lot of sweetness in it. Not overly sweet, but I think sweet enough for easily a woman would buy this.
Oh yes, for sure.
Whereas
There's-
the first one, maybe I'll probably sell it more to men. I think I've been selling it more to men.
I think the bass notes in the Xerjoff are going to give it sort of a little bit of heaviness in the bass, which I think for a man it's a bit more appropriate or apt.
Yeah.
But this is just all floral. It's just all floral, and unisex is the perfect word to describe this.
Yeah.
Completely. Like it's not like 90s unisex, but it's actually quite modern.
Very modern. I was trying to figure out what is that sweetness that I'm getting, because for me it's quite rich. I've just had a look at the notes and it's more of a fruity opening. So you've got the apple, peach, mandarin.
And you know why I like it? Because there's magnolia in here.
Ah,
Yeah, and magnolia is my second favorite flower
after.
after gardenia.
Yeah.
Right? Rose is all the way last.
Yeah.
But,
So
yeah.
I feel like you probably lean towards the more white florals.
White flowers, yeah, tuberose is up there on my
Tuberose
list as
too,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. So like sort of a tropical flower like that. And
Yeah.
I like wearing it in the heat. This I can see spring, and you could definitely do summer, but not like stupid hot summer.
The next one we have, quite an interesting one. This one is called Save Me. Sergio Momo from Xerjoff did a collaboration with Brian May from the band
the
Queen.
guitarist?
Yeah.
No way.
This is his one. Yeah. So because he wanted to do like a fundraiser project for the wildlife, he did a collab. So now they're started a fund where all the profits from this Save Me bottle goes towards his like trust that they're setting up for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
pretty
I
cool.
guess that's why it's got. That's a fox.
Yeah.
That's a porcupine.
Something like that.
Something like
yeah.
that. Or a skunk.
Well, I think it's for all the endangered animals over there. It seems like they're doing a new one every year.
You know,
So-
I was wondering last night actually that because if you know on the grey market the old
Yeah.
vintage sort of designer stuff, once it gets discontinued, it becomes sort of unicorn and holy grail kind of stuff, and the prices really like skyrocket on the
Yeah.
grey market.
Yeah.
And like it's happening faster and faster now, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention like other brands like, but there's that La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. They released
Yes.
that blue electric, and they quickly discontinued it,
Mm.
right? And now I've seen those bottles selling for like 3 times more than what they were at retail. Now I'm wondering what happens when a niche fragrance, and a
Yeah.
pretty well-known one in Xerjoff, actually discontinues or makes limited run, because a lot of the niche stuff is limited run. So what happens to them? Do they like skyrocket in price as well?
Yeah.
So you might as well, even if as an investment, you could.
The biggest one that we can talk about, and I really don't like talking about this usually, the Aventus, but like how I think in the niche space it's starting to reflect. I don't know if you're into like sneaker culture. It's kind of like that, how people buy to flip.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to see that reflect in our own fragrance space as well, where like the Aventus 2014, 2015 batches, they will flip for like crazy prices.
I'd love to get a 2014.
Yeah. This is the Save Me one, which is done in a limited batch. This one I get more of a tuberose. It does open with the jasmine, but then you have the tuberose, ylang ylang, and the gardenia as well.
It's the tuberose that I'm picking up the most.
Yeah, me too. I would say this is probably stronger in the tuberose out of all the florals that it does have.
Yeah.
One that, again, is a unisex, not as sweet as the Christian Parmesanos one. I've been selling this to a lot more guys, but no reason why a girl can't get it though.
I tell you, like I told you before, once that blast dries down, this really reminds me of a very, very, very popular designer fragrance by Narciso Rodriguez. It's called Pure Musk for her. It's Eau de Parfum in the white frosted bottle with a black cap. It reminds me of that, but it is a lot more smoother. That one comes across a little bit more medicinal to me. And in terms of when it dries down, that one dries down to a heavier sort of musk base note. And this one keeps the florals, so you can still smell
quite
sort
rich.
of top notes in it, even in the dry down. And that's just apparent in the quality and the blending. So if you like that, you will absolutely love this. And I've got a bottle of that, and I bought a bottle of that for the summer, because for me, tuberose, like a tropical fruit, tropical flower, I want to wear it in stinking hot weather, because I think it radiates really, really well off hot skin. So yeah, especially on a guy. If you're out like, partying at an outdoor clubbing event or something like that, this is really going to create that really nice scent bubble around you, for sure.
This one, Blue Sapphire.
Blue Sapphire.
Big shout out to Mr. Lee Logans, who, this is probably one of his favorites as well. He's Mr. Boadicea here in Australia. That guy's diehard Boadicea fan.
With good reason too.
Oh, yeah.
It is just, it's just class, this thing.
Okay.
It's,
I can smell it now in the air already.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've not smelled anything like this before. Like if the best bouquet of sort of florals came together, had a party, and they got drunk, and then they fell asleep in the sun on the meadow.
This is what it would smell like.
This is it, yeah, right? And then you were walking by in a really nice suit and you tripped and fell into it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's this. Yeah?
It's all class. It's just classy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, longevity and performance on this is amazing, because last time I was here, I put a spray on my hand and it wouldn't go away. But this is, I've just been smelling it constantly off the card. It's just unique, man. It's hard. For me, I've been smelling fragrances, and really, I've been a fragrance fanatic since I could remember, like 5 years old. I blame my mother, and I've smelled a lot of different scents. Yeah. But it's just, I've not smelled this.
Yeah.
I've not smelled this.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really cool when you have been into fragrances for that long, you come across something that is unique, because it's hard to come by.
Well, yeah, unless it's like the really unique stuff that you do come by. It's like people trying to do art in a bottle, or they're trying to create a scene which is not yet being created. It's hard to do, right? Yeah. But this is actually a fragrance. It smells like a fragrance. When someone smells it on you, they'll know it's a fragrance. Yeah. But it also smells supremely unique, and actually smells quite expensive, because it's just classy, right? Feels like there's like a liqueur or something in the base that's really that all these florals have been put into. It
has this kind of like fruity amberness to it. Something that is sweet, but I wouldn't call this a sweet fragrance.
I don't like sweet fragrance, so I wouldn't wear it, but I'd
for sure.
I'd bathe in this.
But there's like a sweet-like quality to the amber. Again, florals are fantastic in this. Honestly, I've never met a single customer that hasn't liked it. Yeah. It's just class. It's very refined as well.
I'd say if this was, I wouldn't say more reasonable, but I'd say if it was a more accessible price point, this would just fly off the shelves. I think the only thing that's keeping it as exclusive as it is the price point. And I think it's mainly due to the quality of the ingredients, and it's kind of hard to to get this smell,
Yeah.
right?
Every time it always surprises me because the ingredients and the notes aren't overly complex. It's actually much more
oud in
simple.
here? It's a
Oud in the
slight,
base.
slight. That's sort of bringing it like a bit of depth to it,
Yeah.
but
Oud in the base.
far out.
Not as kind of packed in with overly complex notes as some of the others,
It's just done well.
but it's just stripped down it's just refined done in such a classy way.
Yeah. Can I just say I hate Mark because
Shout out to Mark Anthony, photographer.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah, because you're doing more damage to my wallet than
Is this
I
one
thought
that he-
possible.
is this
Yeah,
one that
he
he-
just keeps on talking about it, and I had to go test it out, and I just went, oh bloody hell, why? Why? Yeah, it's just that good.
Thank you to my bro.
Thank you for having me.
Want to check out Rafi's channel, guys? Click down below. What would be one video that you would say start off with this one? Like
One video that I've done on my channel.
Yeah.
A lot of people like when I talk about fragrances that I don't like because I'm not afraid to pull punches.
Okay.
And I'd also like for them to check out my mini movie that I made about Happy, which is an old fragrance by Clinique that was released in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I made like a mini movie out of someone who wears Happy to be happy.
That's awesome. We'll link that below.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.